My dear one, listen closely tonight. I truly believe with all my spirit that you are not here by mistake. You didn't happen upon these words by luck. You didn't reach this very moment through coincidence. God Himself directed your steps. And here's why He desires to speak something that could completely shift the direction of your life. God is guiding you towards someone who already loves you deeply. You may not perceive it yet. You may not sense it right now. But heaven is carefully aligning your path. God is arranging, shaping, and preparing you for a relationship that won't just touch your emotions. It will reveal that His presence has been covering you all along. Some of you listening feel forgotten. You've been hurt. You've been rejected. You've been left out. You've wondered if anyone could ever truly embrace you as you are. You've carried the weight of loneliness like a stone pressing on your chest. And in the quietest hours of the night, when no one else noticed your tears, you whispered, "Does anyone see me? Does anyone care?" I tell you with confidence, God saw you. God heard you. God loved you, even in that silent moment. And now He is leading you to someone who already loves you. Not for what you can provide, not for your success, not for your appearance, but for who you are in His eyes. The world has trained us to pursue affection, to chase acceptance, music, to crave validation. But hear me clearly, when God leads, you don't have to run after it. You only need to follow. When God prepares, you don't have to plead. You simply need to trust. And when God sends the right person into your life, you will never have to fight for their love. It will already be present. God is never the author of confusion. When He sends His chosen one, it will not come with anxiety, but with peace. Many of you have spent years chasing those who never saw your worth. You've poured your heart into hands that couldn't hold it. You've loved people who could not love you back. But let me tell you the truth, rejection is not your ending. It's God's redirection. Every no you heard was never punishment, it was protection. Every closed door wasn't God forsaking you. It was His mercy shielding you from what was never meant to carry your heart. He's been shaping you for someone who already holds the love He designed for you. Human affection can be fleeting, shallow, or conditional. But the love God places in the right soul for you is steady. It's sincere. Music. It's enduring. And when you finally step into that divine connection, you'll see that every delay, every heartbreak, every silent season is leading you here. God never makes mistakes. He knows who belongs in your story. And if you'll trust His pace, if you'll trust His direction, He will exceed your expectations. Some of you have been wrestling with God's silence. You've asked, why hasn't He answered yet? Why am I still alone? Remember, this silence doesn't mean absence. Silence means preparation. God is composing a masterpiece beyond what your eyes can yet see. And before He brings someone into your life who already loves you, He first teaches you to see yourself through the love He already has for you. He must first mend the wounds of your past so that when this love arrives, you don't destroy it with your fears. God is a God of divine order. He is shaping you just as He is shaping them. Let me speak to your spirit now. Do not compromise. Do not shrink your standards to fit someone else's story. Do not trade your value just to escape loneliness. Because if you force yourself into what isn't meant for you, you might overlook the one God has already designed for you. The right person, the one heaven is preparing, will not belittle you, will not make you question your worth, will not crush your heart. They will carry a love that mirrors the gentleness and faithfulness of God Himself. And here lies the wonder of it all. This person already loves you. Before the meeting, before the greeting, before the first glance, their heart is already drawn toward you. Do you know why? Because God has already written you into their destiny. He has already whispered your name in their spirit. He has already planted in them a readiness to love the one He will send. You won't have to earn their affection because it will already align with God's intention. When God declares He's leading you to someone who already loves you, it means you are not stepping into manipulation. You are not stepping into confusion. You are not stepping into deception. You are stepping into confirmation, a divine confirmation that God's hand has been guiding your story all along. A confirmation that His purpose for you includes companionship, unity, and love that glorifies Him. But hear me clearly, dear heart. The enemy will always try to distract you before the promise. He will always send invitations before the genuine. He will tempt you to reach for what looks perfect on the outside but is hollow within. And if you are not grounded in God's wisdom, you may mistake fleeting attraction for eternal love. That's why you must stay anchored in prayer, rooted in faith, and patient in waiting, so that when God brings the person who already loves you, your spirit will instantly recognize them. You don't have to pretend to be worthy of their affection. You don't have to chase, perform, or beg. True love, the kind ordained by God, finds you where you are, embraces you as you are, and grows with you into everything you were meant to become. That is the love God is preparing for you. Some of you feel undeserving. You whisper, "I've failed too many times. I've been shattered. I'm too damaged." Let me assure you, God doesn't lead according to your history. He leads according to His destiny. He isn't limited by your shortcomings, nor shaken by your scars. The person He's guiding you toward will not judge your past. They're already equipped to love you wholly. You are not too broken to be cherished. You are not too far gone to be chosen. You are not excluded from the promise God has prepared. Lift your chin, square your shoulders, walk in faith, because even now, as you hear these words, God is aligning your path. Music. He is arranging divine encounters. He is setting in motion the very course that will lead you to the one who already loves you. And when it unfolds, you won't need to plead for a sign from God. You will know because peace will settle over it, because the confirmation will be undeniable. Because love will not only be spoken, it will be demonstrated, it will be steady, it will endure. And perhaps right now, music, you feel unprepared. Maybe fear still lingers from the pain of the past. That's all right. God is patient. He is tending to your heart. He is healing wounds you didn't realize still lingered. And when the moment comes, He will bring this person not to fill your emptiness, for God alone completes you, but to complement you, to walk beside you, music, to journey with you as both fulfill the purpose He's written. There's something vital to understand about how God operates. He doesn't join lives through chaos. He doesn't let His children drift without direction. Every encounter, every crossing of paths, music, every divine meeting is part of His grand design. God is never careless. He is deliberate. And if He's guiding you to someone who already loves you, then even the painful chapters of your past were pieces of your preparation. Consider this: the tears you cried in isolation, the long nights when loneliness felt like a crushing weight, were not in vain. They were nourishing the soil of your future. God was softening your heart, refining your spirit, teaching you compassion so that when love arrives, you will value it deeply. The rejections you experienced were not failures. They were shields. God was protecting you from hands that were never meant to hold you. And the silence you endured wasn't abandonment. It was training your ears to hear His voice, your heart to discern His will, and your music faith to trust Him completely. God is not sending just anyone. He is not leading you into another season of heartbreak. He is guiding you to someone. He has prepared someone whose heart already carries love for you, whose spirit already harmonizes with yours before your paths even meet. This isn't the shallow affection of fleeting emotion. It's the deep connection of divine orchestration. But here's the truth many overlook. Before you can recognize the one who already loves you, you must first learn to recognize the hand of God. If your eyes are fixed only on your desires, appearances will deceive you. If your ears are tuned to the noise of the world, you'll miss the gentle whisper of His direction. But if you stay rooted in Him, if you learn to hear His still small voice, you'll discern the difference between imitation and authenticity. God will never guide you into confusion. He will never lead you toward destruction. His way may test your patience, but it will always guard your heart. And so I say to you, wait, do not run ahead of God. Music. Do not cling to what is simply available because you fear being alone. Loneliness is dangerous, for it can make you settle for less than what God has destined for you. But if you can remain steadfast in the waiting, if you can trust that God is orchestrating something far greater than what your eyes can see, then when the appointed time arrives, music, your patience will overflow in the blessing. The one who already loves you will not merely appear. They will align with your life so perfectly that it will feel as though God Himself designed that space for them from the very start. Many of you have whispered, God, send me someone who will truly love me. And then wondered why it has not yet come to pass. Could it be that God has already said yes, but is still preparing the introduction? You see, timing is everything. If you meet too early, you may not yet be ready. If you meet too late, your hope may fade. But God's timing is flawless. He knows the exact moment when both hearts are refined and ready. He knows the season when your paths will intersect and destiny will unfold. Some of you struggle to believe this because of what you've endured. You say, but I've been betrayed. I've been abandoned. How could love still exist for me? My dear friend, God does not work within the limits of your pain. He moves through the abundance of His power. Your wounds do not disqualify you. In truth, they are the very marks that make your love richer, stronger, and more genuine. The one who already loves you will not recoil from your scars. They will see them as the evidence of endurance, as living proof of the resilience God has built within you. Now let me take you deeper. The love God is preparing for you isn't simply about companionship. It's about purpose. God never unites two souls without reason. He doesn't connect lives merely for comfort. He connects them for calling. The one He's preparing for you will not only love you, but sharpen you. They will challenge you, uplift you, and inspire you to walk boldly in the fullness of your divine assignment. And you will do the same for them. Together, your union will stand as a radiant testimony of God's unwavering faithfulness. That's why you must never compromise. That's why you cannot settle. Because if you bind yourself to the wrong person, you'll drift away from your divine path. But if you trust God's direction, music, He will give you not just love, but alignment. He will send someone whose purpose complements yours, whose strength supports you, and whose faith draws you nearer to Him. That is the kind of love worth waiting for. Let me remind you once more, this person already loves you. Even now, while you wonder if you've been overlooked, someone is lifting a prayer for you. Even now, while you question whether love still exists, someone's heart is already stirred with thoughts of you. God has planted seeds within their soul, just as He has within yours. Music. And when the divine moment arrives, those seeds will bloom into a love that feels less like discovery and more like remembrance. It will feel as if you've known them forever. That is how God works. His connections are never built on coincidence, but on divine intention. Can't you see? Every step of your journey has been carried by the hand of God. And if He has carried you this far, will He not finish what He began? Will He not fulfill the promise He once breathed into your soul? Do not allow fear to silence His assurance. Do not allow impatience to steal His perfect timing. He's faithful, and even now, He's guiding your path. Some of you are wondering, what should I do while I wait? The answer is simple yet sacred. Draw near to God. The nearer you are to Him, the clearer His direction becomes. The more your heart aligns with His will, the more equipped you become to recognize the one He has chosen for you. Do not waste your waiting in despair. Spend it in preparation. Build your character. Strengthen your faith. Allow your heart to heal, because when the right person arrives, you will want to love them in the way God intended. Remember, love is not defined by what you receive, but by what you offer. And if you're asking God to lead you to someone who already loves you, then prepare yourself to already love them too. Let your heart remain tender. Let your patience stretch. Let your faith grow deep so that when destiny unfolds, you'll embrace it with open arms instead of clenched hands. How many lives have been wasted chasing what was never meant to endure? How many hearts shattered because people ran ahead of God? But that doesn't have to be your story. You can choose to wait. You can choose to trust. You can choose to believe that God has something greater than what your eyes can see. And when you make that choice, when you rest your soul in His perfect timing, you will stand in awe of what He reveals. Because here's the truth. The love that comes from God's hand is not fragile. It is not fleeting. It does not depend on the circumstances. It is rooted in His will. And what's rooted in God cannot be shaken. That is the love He is preparing for you. That is the person He is leading you toward. Not one who will merely walk beside you, but one who will walk with you toward Him. There comes a point in every journey when the silence of waiting feels unbearable. You glance around and see others finding love, others being chosen, others walking hand in hand while you feel left behind. And in that quiet ache, doubt whispers, maybe it will never happen for you. Maybe you're meant to be alone. But I declare to you now with unwavering faith, those are not the words of God. Those are lies born born of despair. God has not missed you. He has not forgotten you. He has not abandoned you to loneliness. He is leading you, and His leading is never without purpose. When God directs your steps, He's not merely thinking of your comfort, He's thinking of your calling. He is crafting something that transcends temporary connection. He is forming a union that will mirror His faithfulness. You see, love from God's hand is not about filling an empty seat at your table. It's about filling your life with someone who reflects His care, His strength, His endurance. This person is not just meant to love you. They are meant to walk with you into the fullness of the destiny God has already written for your life. And here is the astonishing truth. While you sit here wondering, while you sit here longing, somewhere out there, someone is already carrying love for you within their heart. They may not yet know your face. They may not yet know your name. But even now, they are being shaped by the hand of God. Their story is being written to intertwine with yours. Their path is being directed toward your path. And when that intersection happens, it will feel as though the two of you were always destined to meet because you were. Never underestimate the precision of God's orchestration. He doesn't randomly place two lives together and hope it works out. He aligns them with intention. He nurtures them. He plants within them the capacity to love with endurance, the grace to withstand storms, the humility to forgive, and the courage to remain when others would flee. That is why waiting matters. Because if He gave you this person before you were both ready, neither of you could sustain the beauty of that love. But when the appointed time arrives, both hearts will have been molded by God's hand in such a way that your love will not merely survive, it will flourish. Do not confuse delay with denial. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it never will. God's pauses are not rejections, they are preparation. And while you wait, He is teaching you the sacred art of trust. Because if you can trust Him in the silence, you will trust Him in the fulfillment. And trust is the cornerstone of divine love. The person God is preparing for you is not being sent to replace Him in your life, but to walk beside you as both of you continue to follow His lead. Let me speak directly. You cannot afford to let bitterness take root in your heart while you wait. Bitterness blinds your vision. It distorts your faith. It makes you cling to the past when God is offering you a future. If you desire to be ready for the one who already loves you, you must release those who couldn't. Do not carry yesterday's wounds into tomorrow's promise. God cannot fill hands that are still holding what is broken. Lay it down. Surrender the disappointment. Let go of the pain. Place it all in His hands. Only then can He release what He has been preparing for you. And hear me clearly, the one God sends will not enter your life as a test, but as a blessing. You will not have to question your worth. You will not have to beg for commitment. You will not have to chase their affection. Their love will already be present, steady, faithful, and sure. It will not ask you to change who you are. It will celebrate who you are while guiding you toward who you are becoming. That is the wonder of God's timing. That is the safety of His divine plan. And now, let me take you deeper. Love is not merely the union of emotions between two people. It is the movement of God's purpose through them. That is why you cannot settle for anything less than His will. The one He is guiding you toward will not only know how to hold your hand, but how to cover you in prayer. They will not only share your laughter, but stand firm beside you in the battles. They will not only rejoice in your triumphs, but help lift you through your trials. Because God never places someone in your life simply to occupy space. He sends them to strengthen your music purpose. And make no mistake, this kind of love is rare. It is not built on the shallow patterns of the world. It is formed through the timeless wisdom of God. That is why you must keep your gaze fixed on Him, for the enemy will try to distract you with illusions. He will send counterfeits that look appealing but lack substance. He will whisper that you cannot wait any longer, that you should settle for what is convenient instead of what is divine. But if you resist music, the urge to hurry, if you stay rooted in the promises of God, you will see the clear line between fleeting affection and everlasting love. My friend, God is truly leading you. This isn't wishful thinking, it's divine reality. Every day that you walk by faith, every day that you trust His timing over your own impatience, He is aligning your path with someone who will not merely step into your story, but stay. Someone who will not view you as an option, but as an assignment. Someone who will not love you for what you bring, but for who you are. That kind of love cannot be created by human effort. It is breathed by God Himself. Do not be surprised when the day comes and everything suddenly fits together. The broken pieces of your past will align with purpose. The rejection you suffered will be seen as redirection. The long, tearful prayers will be revealed as preparation. And before you will stand the one who already loves you, someone your spirit will recognize instantly. Music. It will feel as if God Himself is saying, "This is the one I have prepared for you." Snorts. And peace will wash over your soul. But until that day arrives, walk faithfully and live fully. Do not place your life on pause while you wait. Keep growing, keep serving, keep trusting God in every season. Because love is never found in desperation. It is discovered in destiny. Music. And when God ordains destiny, nothing can hinder it. Let this truth take root in your heart. The love God designs for you is not fragile. It is not uncertain. It is not conditional. It is anchored in something far deeper than human emotion, anchored in divine wisdom. When God offers love, it is not tossed by the winds of circumstance or crushed under the weight of trials. It is upheld by the very one who created it. That is why you must not judge God's plan by human disappointment. Human failure cannot cancel divine purpose. God has not changed His mind about you. What He promised, He will complete. You must begin to see yourself the way God sees you. Too many people walk through life believing they are undeserving of love, believing they are too flawed, too broken, too forgotten to ever be chosen.